Alright, so I wanted to take you through the process from number one from beginning. So you see that little, how it tilts down on that little edge lip, and then there's the interior lip and the exterior like line that it creates. I am bringing it all the way out to that exterior line. So it's going from this thickness to this thickness. Just let me tell you, that was a lot of work. So for the first one, really, I almost tilt it and tip it and take this lip edge all the way out to its auxiliary out, and then you kind of just take on the interior, go interior, interior, interior until you meet up with the angled one that you cut earlier. And that's kind of the way I've been rolling it. This last one I actually had to tilt it a little on this side to kind of take out a weeble wobble on the last one, where for some reason like there was like a harder spot of metal in a couple little spots, it seemed, because it was literally like it would hit it and it'd go whoop, whoop over it. So I just took it a little more angle, oblong, and then I rounded that a little better, and it did take out the material a little bit more that way. But I'm gonna try to do better, perfect on this one. The last few were pretty damn good, but I didn't like the last one I did just for the last little hair right here, but it's nothing that'll cause any detriment to drivability or anything. But yeah, basically I'm going to just take out to the auxiliary outside here from the top, and then move down and go down, around, and take out all this material. It takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and yeah, really, realistically, just buy the right thing. But I like these, and I'm mechanically minded, and machinist is what I'd like to call myself eventually. So doing things like this is like a good step towards like honing my cylinder head and exhaust and air intake manifold and all the rest of that. It's good to start on something that like has a little bit more of a tolerance for airs and kind of get the feel of what's what. And this is aluminum, so it's a good proxy, and we will see how it goes on this one, because this is the final wheel. Alright, so today's misadventure, you can see in there, I just used a pen marker to mark out the center and all up in the side there. That little ring down the bottom obviously needs to be there to have the cap fit in and seat nicely and grab onto, so you don't want to go and take all that out. So basically what it was is, this is a 57.1 center hubcap. Mine's 59, so but it fits 4 by 100, which is the lug pattern, which is just meaning 4 meaning the number of lugs, and 100 meaning I think it's like 100 millimeter between bolts, and obviously it's in this cross pattern. So this is important to figure out, and what it is I'm figuring, well, I changed up, is it's a P185 by 60, and it's a 15-inch. I had a 16-inch 205 by 40, so 60 means that I've got a meteor upper bit on my tire, and it's 15-inch versus 16-inch rim. So I had to figure all this out and blah blah blah, and obviously I purchased these with the knowledge that the center wasn't quite right, but I was like, 3 millimeter ain't much, and I bet I could figure it out. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a bunch of time, energy, and effort, and basically I picked up these specific just for this job. Oh wow, that was a good job. So they get gunked up pretty quick, so you gotta swap them out, clean them out fairly regular, and basically I just been switching between the many different shapes and stuff to get into certain areas, and using the pin system, which is what I showed you. It's like I blacked out here. You kind of see where you're touching now, because now I'm almost to the size I want. I'm actually about the circumference I want, and I just have to make sure that the depth down here is the same as the circumference here. So basically you're making sure it's true and square, and it's still a perfect circle, which is, you know, you're welcome, world, because it ain't easy, baby. And basically though, so it had like a curved lip that kind of stepped out and in, and had an auxiliary circle around it. I used that auxiliary circle around it to create the how big it is, because that matched up with the size that I needed. And then I just have been grinding, and this is my final guy. I gotta clean clean up its little threads because I just used it a little while ago, and I go through it with this guy final, because that front tip there helps me out where I can set it down. Let's do it this way. Set it down and in, right? Square it up with the top and tilt it in and make sure that the bottom is there, and then using the rounded bottom I can use that to just roll it around the interior there, and this kind of polishes it a little better than these guys, because this is a big chipper basically, you know. Look at those big, just little, yeah, but these are a piece of shit. Don't buy them, but if you are gonna buy them on the cheap, you know, it'll work for your project. Just switch them out real quick as often as possible. Try all different sorts of shapes and stuff, because you're gonna wear through them anyways. I mean, this one's I really actually liked a lot, because essentially the conical idea being that if I already set out the outside farthest point, now if I use this one, I know that I'm taking out material lower more than above, because I've already taken out the circumference that I needed, right? So this one's good. And then basically your anything with a flat side is what I needed, and I have plenty of depth. Look at that, the cone tip on a lot of these didn't even really matter. But yeah, this one final, and then you can go crazy and get your little guys and polish it and get it all pretty, and you know. But this is something that's I just want it to fit tight, and I want to put them on my car. So let's not reinvent the goddamn wheel here, okay? So make your life easier. Don't try to be, you know, too nifty, and this is something that'll never be seen again, but I'm going to make sure that it's true and it looks good and it works. So that's my project for this morning. So I'm just trying to take you along here, obviously. So the next little bit I took all the way out to here right now, but basically I've got it tapered, right? So this is beveled like a bell. So this is for this point, so I've been dipping and diving like this after I took out some more in here. Now I'm going to circle middle, try to stay true, and get out to here to where I can feel the bit hitting squarely. And that's the next step. So you just take a pen, because we know we're trying to get reasonably, you know, a little bit below that, right? So I'm just going to make little circles in here. Just something that I'm going to go, let's just get some marks in here. Something that when I go over it, I see where I'm hitting, and I want to make sure that I'm making the marks kind of towards the bottom, really, but up near the top too, so I know that if I dip and I get too far outside of where I'm supposed to be, I'll know that, because it'll start disappearing this black up top here, and all of this wipes off with a little alcohol. Sorry about that. I was looking at my pen. That was a bad shot. But so, just go around, get it all real black, you know? Because as soon as you start chipping away at that, the silver reveals and you know what's up. And it makes everything easier. And I'll show you once I've taken out midpoint, basically, and I'm trying to reach this diameter. Again. That's ridiculous. Alright, so this is the finished product here. Sorry about that. Get you a little more steady. So it looks pretty good. Just saying. Just kinda, you know, you just be consistent, keep moving. Choose your angle on the first little bit, chew off just a little bit, exchange a little bit deeper, create it oblong. Set it in deep, take the lower part until you get to the point where you're flattening out with the top. That's the best way I found to get this done. Final one does it pretty good, clean here. But I just got to clean up the little marks I have and test fit it, and we'll go from here. Again, that is weird. Okay, so basically, you can see I've kind of hit the midpoint, right? And that's what I want. That's what I want to do. I don't want to take it too much more off the bottom, and I want to take more off the top. So I'm going to switch up, marker again, go for it again, because I'm still wanting to take out more on the middle. And as soon as I take out enough on the middle, but it takes away the black line on the top, I know I've reached my diameter. And that's what the game is all about. Making it fit over the hub because of a 3mm difference between these and mine. I like these. It'll look good on my car, and hey, I'm gonna do it.